Hello and welcome to QE Talks, the Quality English podcast. Quality English is a quality assurance and brand marketing association that brings together a selection of the very best independent English language schools and colleges from around the world. In this series, we go beyond the guidebooks to explore trusted English language destinations through the experiences and insights of quality English schools and education agents.
Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of QE Talks. I'm Jonathan Swindell from Quality English and I'll be your host for today's conversation. South Africa, it continues to grow in popularity as a destination for learning English, offering students the opportunity to improve their language skills whilst experiencing one of the world's most diverse and fascinating countries. I'm very excited about this one as South Africa is home to one of my favourite cities in the world, and that's Cape Town. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Vivi Van Ketel, the Director of Avenue English, Gavin Eyre, Managing Director at International House Cape Town, Kiran Harilal, Chief Operating Officer at English Zone 1. Thank you all for joining us. Let's begin by getting to know you all a little bit better. I'll start with Vivi. Can you please introduce yourself and your school?
Right, I'm Vivi. My name's Vivi, and I have two schools, Avenue English, two campuses, one in Johannesburg, one in Cape Town, small boutique schools, and we've been going since 2011.
Fantastic. Gavin?
Yes, hi everybody. My name's Gavin Eyre and I'm the Managing Director of International House in Cape Town. We've been around since 2008. And great to be a part of the Quality English family.
Thank you, Gavin. And Kiran, would you like to introduce yourself and your agency?
Sure. My name is Kiran Harilal, and I'm the CEO for English Zone 1. We primarily operate from Cape Town, South Africa. However, we do have offices in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia as well, and we recruit predominantly from the MENA region.
Brilliant. Thank you all for joining us today. So let's get straight into the questions. I'll start with Vivi. On a personal note, what do you personally love the most about South Africa?
Well, the diversity. I think all the wonderful landscapes. Joburg and Cape Town are quite different, but they're all part of South Africa, and it just makes it a wonderful experience. Also the people. I mean, I'm South African, so, but the people are amazing. So, friendly and open, and I love being here. I love being South African.
And Gavin, as more of an outsider, what do you love most about South Africa?
For me, I came here on holiday 32 years ago, and so I quite like the place. For me, it's definitely the sport, the weather. Meeting Vivi was very nice as well, and of course Kiran. There's a nice South African people, so. Yeah, South African people are very good.
And yourself, Kiran?
I think Cape Town's really unique, not only for the students, but for everyone here locally. It gives everyone a chance to go from the classroom to the beach, to a hike up the mountain, and to end it off with a world-class cultural experience.
Great. Okay, back to Gavin. If you had to describe South Africa in 3 words, this isn't easy, so I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. But if you could describe South Africa in just 3 words for international students, what would they be?
Amazing, fascinating, superb.
Perfect. Okay, Vivi, let's think about the students themselves. What makes South Africa such a special destination for language students?
I think that language students come here with kind of a bit of a preconceived idea. we've never had students that have come here that haven't been blown away by the country, by the hospitality, by a little bit of everything for everyone. And also because it's such an immersive, it's a cost-effective place to come to learn English that's full of adventure, great weather, and great people.
So you say cost effective, is that in terms of their accommodation and tuition, the whole package?
The whole package. It's a good deal. South Africa's a good deal.
Great. Gavin, when students first arrive in South Africa, what tends to surprise them the most?
I think basically the friendliness of the people. They get talked to by people, even though their English isn't great. You know, they're foreigners, but Cape Town is just so full of different nationalities. Everybody fits in, and so they really are well welcomed. Okay, they love the weather's really good. So they just blown away by everything. They even get blown away by the wind in January and February, but other than that, it's fantastic.
Kiran, one question we often hear from agents is how South Africa compares to other English-speaking destinations. In your opinion, how does South Africa offer a different experience compared to destinations such as the UK, Ireland, Canada, Malta, places like that?
The number one strikes me is the price. Pricing is a huge problem right now, especially what's going on with the geopolitical climate. So a lot of students tend to come here right now. And I think it's also the diversity of the amount of people that are here. It's really a melting pot, and it gives students a chance to interact with their peers from an international level.
Fantastic. Thank you. Vivi, so of course, studying abroad is much more than just what happens in the classroom. What activities do international students usually enjoy outside the class? Perhaps you can talk a little bit about the Johannesburg region for this.
There's loads of things to do all the time. So in Johannesburg, it's a very energized, vibey city that has, of course, we've got the Soweto tour, see where our whole history comes from. And then we've got the Apartheid Museum in Johannesburg. I think those are must-sees. And then we've got all the game farms, all the safaris that are just on the doorstep. So you can make a weekend of it and see all the animals in their environment. That's a unique experience. And then I think it's mainly the energy in Johannesburg. Wherever you go, I think people are a little bit blown away about how vibrant the city is, what amazing restaurants there are, how modern it is, actually. And it's the center of all the bucks in this country, and it's got that energy.
And Gavin, how would you say that compares or differs to activities on offer in Cape Town?
I mean, there are two completely different destinations, and each has got its best tourist attractions. Cape Town, Table Mountain there. You know, the waterfront is a fantastic place to go. We go there if you want to feel like a tourist. Then there's the safaris that go on up on the garden route, just like Vivi said, you know, and within 1.5 hours, 2 hours, we've got a great safari park. Surfing, water sports, bungee jumping. Well, I've already said Table Mountain, but Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned. All the great art galleries, the wineries, the food places. There's just so much to do and so much to see.
Doesn't sound too bad, Gavin. Kiran, if someone wanted to experience South Africa like a local, what are your favorite places or experiences to recommend to them?
I'd say they'd have to try a traditional braai. I mean, that's really our go-to. And then if you want to experience Cape Town itself, it's well known for the Gats. There's quite a few different other experiences, from abseiling down like Table Mountain to paragliding off Lion's Head. It's really amazing.
Fantastic. Okay. Are there any hidden gems around Johannesburg or the region that students shouldn't miss?
Cradle of Humankind is right. You know, it's like an hour and a half from Joburg. Maboneng district, which is like a creative district. They're just doing a whole new art mile in Rosebank, which is fantastic. And then they've got all these like little markets that are enclosed in Johannesburg. There's neighbor goods market, but there's loads of different markets that are going on all the time that just showcase exactly how diverse and how diverse the population is in Joburg.
Brilliant. Thank you. Gavin, can you tell us a little bit about the accommodation options in Cape Town and what students prefer, what they can expect?
Yeah, I think we've got a host of different types of accommodation in Cape Town, as they have in Joburg. It also depends on their budget as well, Jonathan. You know, you get people who come down, you know, your businessman who wants to come down here, he wants a 4 or 5-star hotel. That's quite, we can do that. It's a 3-star. It could be a youth hostel. Host families are very popular with our sort of Middle Eastern students, student residences as well. So there's a host of accommodation options, Airbnbs,
Backpackers.
the backpackers. There's just so many there, so many.
Okay. Back to Kiran. From your perspective, why do students choose South Africa over other destinations, apart from the price? I mean, your role there really is to promote South Africa and encourage students to go. So how do you sell it to them?
It's an amazing cultural experience. The students are immersed from day one, learning everything about the culture, growing with their peers. And I think the ultimate goal is to have them being global citizens, right? And contributing back from what they've learned. And I think South Africa really embodies that, mainly as well as Cape Town. That's why we see a lot of repeat students coming back, even after they've completed their studies. They like to come here and just holiday. It's such a wonderful place. It's very warm. It's very hospitable. And I think it ticks all of the boxes.
Just following up on that then, Kiran, when the students return home, I'm sure you keep in touch with them. What experiences or memories do you think they usually talk about the most when they get home and speak to their families?
So we find a lot of the students talk about the accommodation. We place a lot of our students with the host families, and they always go back and say, we've had such an amazing experience, and they miss staying with their host mother. And often happens that they have their host families come and visit them in their home countries, and they will take them around. So it's really rewarding to see it go a full 180.
So that family experience of the homestay and just being immersed into the South African culture.
Right.
Okay, let's finish with some quick fire questions. I think I'm going to know the answer to this one, but I'll go straight to Gavin. Favorite South African city?
Cape Town.
There's a surprise. Let's go to Vivi on one South African food everyone should try.
Gav's going to laugh when I say this. Boerewors, probably a good braai. Bobotie, okay, Malay food, definitely. Any of our seafoods, off the wall, brilliant seafood.
And what would you have on a typical braai?
Chops, a little bit of pup on the side with chakalaka, and there you go.
Best photo spot?
Definitely Table Mountain overlooking Cape Town.
Mm-hmm. You can't go wrong. Gavin, best activity for teenagers?
The bungee jump.
Off what?
Off the Blowcounts River Bridge, off the garden route.
Have you done it, Gavin?
No, I haven't.
Time I come, I'll watch it.
It's for the teenagers. It's for the teenagers.
Wasn't that long ago. Vivi, best place for mature learners?
Wine farms, art galleries in Joburg, wine farms in Cape Town, definitely.
Okay, final question for Kiran. Your choice, safari or beach?
Beach. Every day, any day. We've got the best beaches in the world.
Brilliant. Well, thank you all so much for being part of today's podcast and for sharing your insights and experiences. We hope today's conversation has given agents and future students a deeper understanding of what makes South Africa such a unique and memorable destination for learning English. To learn more about trusted independent English language schools in South Africa and around the world, visit qualityenglish.com and explore our destination guides. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you next time on QE Talks.